Hello, this is Ron Paul with your weekly update from Monday, November 11th. One of the least discussed but potentially most significant provisions in the President Obama's budget is the use of the Chained Consumer Price Index to measure the effect of inflation on people's standard of living. Chained CPI is an effort to alter the perceived impact of inflation via the gimmick of full substitution. This is the assumption that when the price of one consumer product increases, consumers will simply substitute a similar lower-cost product with no adverse effect. Thus, the government decides your standard of living is not affected if you can no longer afford to eat steak as long as you can afford to eat hamburger. The problem with full substitution should be obvious to everyone not on the government payroll. Since consumers did not choose to buy lower-priced beef before inflation raised the price of steak, they obviously preferred steak. So if the Federal Reserve's policies create inflation that forces you to purchase hamburger instead of steak, your standard of living is lowered. CPI already uses this sort of substitution to mask the cost of inflation, but chained CPI uses those substitutions more frequently, thereby lowering the reported rate of inflation. Supporters of chained CPI also argue that the government should take into account technology and other advances that enhance the quality of products we buy. By this theory, increasing prices signal an increase in our standard of living. While it is certainly true that advances in technology improve our standard of living, it is also true that left undisturbed, market processes tend to lower the prices of goods. Remember the mobile phones from the 1980s? They had limited service, constantly needing charges,